welcome back to a new episode. And I'm supposing this is actually going to be one of the most exciting episodes so far. If you guys don't remember from last time what actually happened, or where we actually left off, was that, let me see. Basically, it was nighttime and Sayaka knocked on our door. She said almost before nighttime came, someone tried to enter her room. Like she felt the door rattle. Someone was trying to break in. So she asked us for help, sort of. And the conclusion we came to was that now we're in her room and she's in ours. So theoretically speaking, if someone were to come into her room, they would find us. And that would keep her safe, right? Unless the person knows that we would do this switcheroo and go directly to her room. She might die. Like, I'm not sure what's gonna happen. But maybe what I do right now is go to bed, right? And maybe we fall asleep. And we wake up tomorrow and Sayaka's dead in our room. That might happen. We might get in trouble for that as well. Because since she'd be dead in our room, people would suppose that we killed her, right? Plus we have her key and everything, so it's like really suspicious. I hope that's not what happens. I am expecting her to die at some point, but I don't know if it'll happen like right now. And to be honest, that would create too much problems. Like, we know everyone's really messed up right now because we just saw those videos of our family being captured and all that stuff. So I'm gonna inspect the room a bit. Last time I inspected the drawer and the trash. In the trash, she threw away the DVD. I wanted to pick it up and see it, but the game didn't let me. And in the drawer, she still has her sewing kit. I don't think she has anything towards this side. It doesn't seem like I can press. Okay, this is the bathroom door. If I remember right, all the girls' private bathrooms have locks on them. I'm a little reluctant to go in. I don't think Sayaka would like me snooping around too much. I should probably go to bed soon. Okay, so they're forcing us to bed. As I lowered myself onto Sayaka's bed, a pleasant fragrance enveloped me. Sayaka's scent. Maybe it'll bring me some sweet dreams. So yeah, we just fall asleep. What's gonna happen? Feeling a little better than before, I fell asleep. So are we gonna wake up to her dead? That's like my main worry right now. Monokuma Theater. Imagine you're all in a big spaceship in the middle of an intergalactic adventure. You've heard of Noah's Ark, right? We're sort of like that. We've set sail and left Earth behind. Here, you don't have to worry about crazy neighbors, corrupt cops, drunk drivers, or pyromaniacs. You don't have to worry about the ozone layer or asthma-inducing air pollution. And of course, you don't have to stress about studying for finals or practicing for the big game. But even our divine world of freedom has a few rules. After all, freedom can only exist because of rules. Interesting. If you're really dead set on returning to that tiny piece of dog poop you call Earth, pleasure, do your best to follow the rules. I hope I've made myself pretty clear. So then, let's everyone do our best to follow these new guidelines and live happily ever after together. Alright, let's see what happens then. So it's morning time, ding dong bing bong, and the moment of truth, I suppose. Okay. Good morning everyone, it's now 7 AM and nighttime is officially over. Time to rise and shine. Get ready to greet another beautiful day. Okay, let's see what happens. I sat up, still half asleep, and rubbed my eyes. Slowly, I pulled myself out of bed. I remember I was in Sayaka's room. I just remembered I promised to eat breakfast with everyone else. I'd better get going. I left Sayaka's room and made my way toward the dining hall. Are we gonna get there and she's not there? There's only a few people. A few people had already gathered at the dining hall by the time I got there. Hello, Makoto, and good morning. Can you believe it? I was the very first one here this morning. But at least he stays positive about it, right? I guess that maintains him positive. Okay. Good morning. Morning, and I suppose I'm early. Okay. I figured everyone who had arrived on time could be considered model high schoolers. And the ones who showed up a bit late... Yo. Sorry I'm late. My makeup just... You have access to makeup? My apologies, lady. I don't even want to read this guy's dialogue, but maybe he says something important, so... My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. My morning... duty took a little longer than... Please don't be referring to that kind of duty. We're the types with a more relaxed sense of time. Most high schoolers fall into this category. And finally, the ones who kept everyone waiting forever. I suppose I'm late. Good morning, everyone. My bad, guys. Slipped right through my alarm. What alarm, dude? Monokuma's our alarm. What? Is it so awful to be late? I didn't oversleep, just so you know. Nope, got lost. I blame the... Alright. I don't even think we're near the Bermuda Triangle, but you go. I'd say that excuse is pretty valid. Don't care about the time or other people in general. They're the kind to move at their own pace. Okay, but regardless, everyone had arrived, except Sayaka. At least, that's how it was supposed to go. Wait, aren't we still missing some people? Yeah. Oh, Byakuya. Oh. Dude, if he killed Sayaka, I'm gonna kill him. I don't know about Byakuya, but I would definitely put Sayaka in the model high schooler category. So for her to be so late... Oh, there's Byakuya. Okay, so this is gonna be the thing. Sayaka's dead. I'm gonna call it right now. She might be dead, right? So they're gonna blame it on us because she was in our room. Or they're gonna blame it on Byakuya because he's also late. And Byakuya is gonna like try and turn it around and blame it on us because she was in our room, right? Maybe it goes something like that. Let's see what happens then. What's going on? Did something happen? Hey man, have you seen Sayaka? Why would I have? I just came straight from my room to here. Did she forget our breakfast promise? I got the sense she's always has her stuff together. Listening to everyone talk like that, a small dark speck of unease rose up inside me. That speck started to grow quickly. Okay, but if we go alone to check on her, everyone's gonna blame us. Like, that's not a smart move. The words had barely left my lips before I flew out into the hall. Where I headed first was my room, where I'd let Sayaka stay for a single night, where she was supposed to be safe. But over the course of that one night... Okay, my glitter sword is on the ground and I do not like that. They disrespected my glitter sword. It was just sitting there peacefully. Now it's on the ground. The room had been completely transformed. Okay. So, my key, there's the glitter sword with the thing that covers it that I cannot remember the name of. There's the stand for the glitter sword. Table on the ground. My trash can is gone. My door is broken. It seems like someone was scratching the wall. Demons, I suppose. Is my hammer there? It's still there. The toolkit is still inside the drawer. And it's still sealed. Okay, no one used it. What's this piece of paper? Oh, this is the notebook, right? Okay, yeah, don't even... Okay. Might as well pick up my key, I suppose. There's a keychain on the ground. It has my name on it, so it must be my room key. I'll give it to Sayaka when we trade rooms. Okay, don't even pick up your own key. That's fine. Can't pick the trash can. How about this stand? It's the display stand the sword was on. More importantly... Okay, dude, but I'm trying to find out. You're not cooperating. The replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Okay, sheath. That's what they're called. It's the sheath for the replica sword. The sword itself has been removed. More okay, dude, I know. So here's the sword itself. This is the replica. It's been taken out of its sheath. Might as well inspect the paws. The paw scratches thing. There are slashes and gouges on the wall and the floor. Okay, but like, what could make those gashes? Like, if I try to think, what could make those gashes, right? Isn't our sort of replica? I don't think it could do that damage to a wall. And the toolkit is sealed. She didn't have her sewing kit. Why did we go to sleep? That's my question, to be honest. Okay, let's check the bathroom then. Is she dead inside there? Yeah, she is. Okay, so they did kill her off really early, huh? I wasn't expecting her to be the first one dead. I was expecting more of a crucial supporting role from her, right? I was expecting her to die, but not this early on, right? I wonder what they killed her with. It seems like she has a gash on her chest. It was a pretty murderous scene, like you can see it splattered everywhere. Like it's not this kind of like silent assassination. They took their time and brutally murdered her. Like, partially, I'd say it's for fun. Like, if you were to kill someone because you want to escape, right? And you're really hesitant of killing, you might as well kill them peacefully. I'm not sure that's the correct way to say it, but you know what I mean. Like, you would kill them in a way that doesn't make them suffer that much or isn't that brutal. But if you're going to kill someone and like do this is like really brutal. So whoever killed her really wanted to kill her, right? Or she just put up like really good fight, but still, I don't think that's the case. So what I'm supposing right now is that I think the rules are twisted a bit. I think no one's actually killing. I think it's all behind Monokuma, right? I think Monokuma is actually the one that's that's going to start killing people, just to make us think that someone is killing, like someone within our group is killing. So he used the manipulation of telling us to kill people to escape. So that was like the first form. Then there was these videos, right? That was like the second step in this manipulation process. And now that the murders are starting, I think he's doing them, just like a third step of manipulation, just to impregnate our brains with more fear and more doubt towards everyone else. Maybe in an attempt that people would actually start killing, but I think the first murders might be on his hands, especially watching this scene. Like, I've seen the people in our group. I don't know who has, I still can't tell who has like this vicious, malevolent feeling inside of them to kill brutally. Like, I can imagine people killing, right? But killing brutally is like a whole nother step. There's a pretty big space between killing and killing brutally. So let's see how the people take it right now, because she's dead. They might blame us. Like, that seems really probable. It's either us or Byakuya who they're gonna blame first. It took me a second to realize that I was screaming. What I saw dug its way through my eyes and buried itself in my brain. And then I still blame us for going to sleep. Like, if someone told me like, I think someone's trying to kill me, I would at least stay awake, right? I mean, I understand we couldn't be in the same room, but her room was like right next to ours. So if we stayed awake and stayed near the door, we would probably hear footsteps outside. Like, dead night, I bet we could hear footsteps. Or we could hear the door rattling. And I don't know if we could have prevented it, we might have died as well. But it would have been a different story. Okay, so we black out. Oh, that's where chapter 1 ends. Okay. To survive deadly life. Alright. When I opened my eyes, I found myself staring at a huge ceiling. It was a ceiling I remembered seeing before, and when I sat up, I saw someone looking at me. Again, it was someone I'd seen before. I mean, of course, I suppose. Ah, you're awake, finally. Are you okay? Now's no time for sleeping. I wasn't sleeping, dude. I think I straight up blacked out. Like, were you unconscious, dude? I had to carry you back here. Why can't she carry us? I mean, she could probably like lift us up with one arm. It's no surprise considering what happened. Oh yeah, that. He blacks out again. Hey, are you okay? So it wasn't a dream? What I saw? It was real? That's right, it really did happen. Sayaka's dead. He's so blunt about it. A deep, dark despair worked its way through my body, and then exploded out of me. I shot up and took off running. Where do you think you're going? I have to see for myself. I have to see if Sayaka is... Again? You can check once, twice, 1,000 times. Sayaka is completely and irrevocably dead. No, I have to see for myself. Listen to us, man. What do you think's gonna happen if you go out there? Well, what good is it gonna do just sitting around here? I mean, why are we all hanging out in the gym at a time like this? Our friend Sayaka, she's dead. Dead. When I said that, it finally hit me. I realized she really was gone. Okay, now I'm worried. Like, can I get my glitter sword back? Then why? Shouldn't it be obvious? Monokuma, he told us all to come here. Well, hold on, don't talk like that. We all protested it. I mean, we remember the terrible price Sayaka had to pay. But I'm the one who convinced them to come. Right now, we need to do whatever he says. We're his prisoners, right? It's not a good idea to defy him without reason. We don't need to make any more sacrifices than we already have. Why should we listen to anything he has to say? Well, because he can kill us. It's obvious he's the one who killed Sayaka. I would never do that. If you can believe anything, you can believe that. He's here again. Unless someone violates a school regulation, I absolutely will not interfere. I can promise you, I won't do anything that goes against the purpose of your school life here. I'm famous at safari parks throughout the world for following the bear times 1 rule. What does that even mean? Then who did it? Who killed her? You already know the answer. The one who killed her is one of you. Nobody had a reply for that. One of us killed Sayaka. Don't be stupid. That's... What's the matter? You guys all look like you're about to see a dove get shot with a Gatling gun. That's an analogy right there. Don't you remember what I told you when this all began? One of you decided to kill Sayaka so that you could graduate. Someone's just following the rules. There's nothing wrong with that. You're lying, right? Of course he's lying. I'm telling you, he killed her. Nope, sorry. One of you is now a bona fide killer. If they wanted to, the one who did it could testify to the little fact. Without thinking, I looked around at everyone. They all had the same look on their faces. Everyone looked at each other with a combination of fear, suspicion, and confusion. Are you serious? Someone killed someone? It is amazing what some people are capable of. Hey, hold on, don't just assume he's telling the truth. That's enough. Before we do anything else, I'd like to confirm something with the stuffed animal here. If one of us really did kill her, that person gets to graduate from the school, right? Don't play dumb. That's what you said, isn't it? If you kill someone, you get to leave. Why are you laughing? It's cause... Naive. You're just so naive. You think it's really that easy? You can just kill someone and waltz on out of here? You're super naive. Devilishly naive. Hellishly naive. No. The real thing has just begun. The real thing. Are you ready? Allow me to explain the second part of the rule regarding graduation. Okay. Just like I explained before, you must kill someone if you want to leave. However, even if you do that, there's still one more part to the agreement you have to uphold, remember? You are referring to the rule number 6 of the school regulations. If you are the black end that committed the murder, you can't be found out by the other students. That is why you are talking about it, isn't it? Okay. But for how long? Bingo. It's not enough to just kill someone. You have to actually get away with it. Which naturally means you need a system in place to assess whether or not it's been gotten away with. Okay, that's my inquiry. What's the system? So, a certain amount of time after a murder has taken place, a class trial will begin. Okay, so this is where the trials come in. Yep, it will begin a few hours after the murder. Everyone will gather together, including the black end who committed the murder. Oh, so it's actually like a trial where we have to find out who murdered? I thought it was just like a test or something. I didn't know we were going to be like we were gonna set up a jury and lawyers and all that stuff. Okay. That makes things interesting. And they and the spotless students will all engage in one big debate showdown. Okay. During the trial, you have to present your arguments about who you think the black end is. And once everything comes to an end, the outcome will be decided by popular vote. My question is now, can we fuck up and just flat out lose and have people blame us? Let's see. If the answer you've arrived is correct, only the one that disturbed your peace will be punished. The rest may continue their communal life. However, if you choose poorly, then the one who got away with murder will survive, and the rest of you will receive your punishment. So, if we pick wrong, I've been told that we can't alter the story course, right? It's not like it has multiple endings and stuff. So, are we predetermined to pick wrong or right in these trials? Like, are we predetermined to quote-unquote lose or win a trial? I'm not sure about that. And in case we aren't, whether we lose or win a trial, the outcome would be the same, right? Because if the outcome wasn't the same, then there would be more than one ending, because different things would happen. We'll have to see how it plays out. Which of course means your school life will come to an end. As far as class trial rules go, that's all there is to it. So, what exactly is this punishment you keep talking about? Death? Yeah, execution. Okay. And by execution, you mean... Execution is execution. Execution. Electric chair, bzz bzz. Poison gas, cough cough. Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane. Okay. So, to make sure I understand, if we get the culprit right, then only they die. But if we get it wrong, all the rest of us get executed. So only one person gets to escape? Right? What happens if we kill someone during the time frame before, like if we kill someone during the time frame before someone's death and this trial? Because he said it takes like a few hours, right, to prepare the trial. So if another murder happens in that time span, do we have to find more than one culprit during the trial? And if so, will that mean that everyone during this period of time will go on a flat-out rampage trying to kill someone because they're scared of losing the trial and dying if we don't find the blackened one? Because I can easily like understand how people would do such a thing, right? Like people would go on a crazy rampage trying to kill other people during this time frame. So I'm wondering about that. What a smart little chimpanzee you are. Look at you, implying you didn't do it without actually saying it. So, it's basically what the outside world calls a lay judge system, or an inquisition type thing, which means you'll be deciding who you think the killer is. It kind of reminds me of those games, like those kind of card games that are like, I think it's a werewolf or something. So like people pick up cards without other people knowing, and that card assigns you a role. Like you can be part of the townspeople, so you could be like the leader of the towns, or you can be like a farmer. And there's also like 1 to 3 players who pick up cards that define them as an antagonist. That would be like a wolf, right? A werewolf, actually, I think. And then they go through trials similar to this, where they can ask questions and stuff and try to figure out who the wolves are. But if the wolves, but if it gets to nighttime or something and the wolves kill someone, and after they kill a certain amount of people, like they end up winning, something like that. I might have butchered the game actually, but okay. But judge carefully because all your lives are on the line. Okay, let me just add the rule I just described to your handbook. Make sure to keep it in mind. The new rule has been added to the regulations menu. You're freaking insane, you know that. Well, I mean, you're calling yourself insane. Because I'm convinced you're Monokuma. Well, I'm not convinced, but I'd say you are. Class trial, what the hell is that? I don't want anything to do with it. Why not? What do you mean, why not? Why do you have to waste my time trying to figure out who murdered someone? What are you saying, you're not gonna participate in the trial? Only punishment awaits such blasphemy. Dude, I feel like we fell into a cult or something, my god. What punishment? I might, I don't know, throw you in a deep, dark, scary prison or something. I mean, that's better than... Is that better than execution? Maybe. Shut the hell up. Say whatever you want, I'm not gonna be part of this. Don't be so selfish. You're the one being selfish. Kill whoever you want, it's got nothing to do with me. The evil standing here before me, I'm trembling with fear. But I won't give in to such evil. It's my style to stick it out and resist till the very end. If you really want to get out of here, you'll have to go through me first. As he said that, he came charging at us, although it was more of a waddle. I can imagine that, but my god. But then... Oh. Doesn't that mean she's going to get killed? Okay, prediction. It's gonna seem like she's going to get punished for this, but that's just going to be an excuse for her to disappear. Because if I think she's Monokuma, she can't die here because she would be breaking her own rule, and of course she wouldn't want to kill herself, right? So it's gonna seem like she's going to get punished for this and disappear, come back towards the end, and say, "Oh, I'm Monokuma," right? Or Monokuma is going to forgive her treachery, quote unquote, and we'll be suspicious of that, of course. Are you enjoying yourself now? Are you? Violence against headmasters Monokuma is not allowed. You violated a school regulation. I invoke the mighty summon spell, Help. To me, godly spear. Isn't that the spear that King Arthur uses? See? She can't be dead. I'm pretty sure she's not dead. This wasn't supposed to... Why me? Suddenly, right at the end, her eyes shot wide open. And just like that, she never moved again. Okay. This can't be real. Now, I am painfully aware of the great power and meaning of a promise. I really wanted to keep a corpse from propping up for no good reason, you know? But I guess you all needed to be taught a lesson. After all, Ah, what an amazing promise. But now you guys understand, right? Okay. Okay. I'm still saying that death is faked, right? Somehow. Like, I don't know how they would fake that, but it's probably faked. Now, you see just how serious I am. Alright. Defy me and you get shot full of holes, exploded, buried alive, disintegrated, etc. So, if you don't want that to happen to you, you'd best obey those school regulations. And this is a smart way to do it. Because, like, let's just say Junko is Monokuma, like I'm supposing, right? So, she's faking her own death so she can leave the place. Right? That's good for her. She's also faking her death without, of course, us knowing that she's faking her death. Just to teach us a lesson to not disobey Monokuma. Right? Because that's the whole point of this. If we break a rule, we die. And the best way to actually visualize that, if someone breaks a rule, they die. And it happens right in front of us. So this happening to her is just her telling us, of course, like not directly, manipulating our perception. So I'm still convinced she's not dead. If I have to be convinced that she's Monokuma, I have to be convinced that she's not dead and that she's faking it to get out and to teach us a lesson or to enforce the rule in a certain way, right? Because of course the characters think she's dead. I mean, they see that. They think she's dead. So let's see. Jingo's body had been impaled with a bunch of spears. An unbelievable amount of blood started pouring out of her body. It was the first time I'd ever seen the moment someone's life came to an end. Nobody there could deny what they'd seen. Junko, who until just a second ago had been our friend, was dead. She died. She'd been murdered. In simple terms, it was the death of a human being. It's really not all that shocking. She just died, that's all. She just went and died. It's no more remarkable than the inevitable demise of the entire human race. It's just as natural as the eventual end of the world itself. This isn't some superhero comic, so it's not like when you die, you didn't really die. Well, except this case. This is reality. Why did you have to kill her? Didn't you say you would put her in prison or something? I changed my mind. No, you've been wanting to kill this entire time. Kill this entire time? Don't be silly, you can't kill time. Or, are you being metaphorical, or are you saying I wanted to waste time this whole time? Come on, what do you take me for? I'm Monokuma. Anyway, none of that matters right now. I have something I'd like to give you to help you in your search for the Black End. This little file has all the information I've gathered about the death in question. I like to call it the Monokuma file. Okay, that makes it interesting. I mean, naturally, you guys aren't experts at this kind of things. So, you can only do so much with a corpse. So instead, I've gathered up everything I know about the circumstances and cause of death. What's that? How do I know the cause of death, you ask? Because the surveillance cameras picked up the whole thing. I get to see it all go down. Wait, so then you know who killed Sayaka? Of course I do. If I didn't, I couldn't possibly pass a fair and accurate judgment during the trial, now could I? That's a good point. The judge has to be able to make the proper decision. That's somehow comforting. Now then, please put your full effort behind your investigation. After all, you don't have any choice but to give it your best shot. Seriously, you don't have a choice. Okay, so we'll meet up for the class trial in a little while. So we get free time right now, or do we get to watch the thingy, the file? And with that, Monokuma disappeared once again. He left stunned and confused. He left us at a total loss. He left us without with Jungo's dead body growing colder right in front of us. And for who knows how long, nobody said a word. The fact that Sayaka and Junko were dead was a huge shock, of course. But there was more to it than that. It was also the idea that one of us had actually murdered someone. And that if we didn't find out who it was, we would all die here. We found ourselves in a situation where we couldn't help but look at each other with open suspicion. It was the worst situation imaginable, and yet, even in such a perversely terrible situation, she didn't show the slightest hint that I had gotten to her. Now's no time to wallow in your depression. The worst thing we can do right now is lose all faith in each other. That would lead to the same disastrous result as having total faith in everyone else. Cooperation is absolutely key at this point. Who you decide to trust or not trust is, of course, up to you. Continuing to think about and talk about the deceased certainly isn't going to help anything. Saying stuff like that is just... How many times have I told you? Anyone who can't adapt will die. Death is the only thing awaiting those who are unable or unwilling to adapt. If that happens, you only have yourself to blame. What an awful thing to say, especially after that's happened. Right now, exposing the killer is the more important thing. Because if we don't, we're all going to die here. She's right. We need to begin our search right away. Either way, we can't run away from the situation, so you have no choice but to move forward. We just have to do it, I guess. What other choice do we have? No way in hell am I letting someone kill me. Alright, damn it, let's do it. We just have to do it. Everyone kept repeating that sentiment. They were using it like a mantra to give themselves strength. But they're right, we just have to do this. No matter how much we don't want to, we have no choice. If that's what it takes to survive, then that's what we have to do. On top of that, there was something I needed to find out. I had to know why Sayaka had to die. Why she had to be the one. I'm terrified to find out, but still, I have to know. Otherwise, I knew I'd never be able to accept her death. Which is why I don't have any choice. I have to do this. Okay. Who has the file, though? Is the file added towards our thing? I don't think it is. I don't see a place where it can be added, right? What's truth bullets? I guess we'll get to know at some point. I haven't checked the reports card, actually. Who do you think... I haven't talked to anyone yet. Who do we think killed her? I still say Monokuma did it, but we're gonna end up blaming... Okay, so here's my last thought for this episode before I close it out. As I said before, I think Monokuma killed her. Just to start impregnating fear, or even more fear into our minds that someone is killing, right? And the trial is all a fake. Since he's the only one who actually knows who killed her, which is him, of course, he made up this file with false evidence about the death. So it'll appear to be very clear which of us supposedly killed her. And if that's the case, when the trial moment comes, we will all point fingers towards this specific person. Of course, this specific person didn't actually kill her. They're just a victim of Monokuma's plan. So the trial will end. Monokuma will say, "Oh, you guys are right. This guy, or this gal, is the one that killed Sayaka." And then Monokuma kills that person on the spot. Right? I think that's gonna happen. I think that's his plan. Maybe. I might be wrong. But I think that's gonna happen. So, with that in mind, I think I'm gonna end the episode here. So next episode will actually be dedicated towards investigating and doing the first class trial, I suppose. Oh, and about the pink blood, a friend of mine told me, so I'm not surprised why it's pink, right? I was already expecting it to be pink. And I know the reasoning why it's pink as well. So that's why I didn't bother acting surprised or anything. Okay, but let's see. this is where I'm gonna end the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. I was expecting Sayaka's death. Not this early on though, but okay. I wasn't expecting what happened to Junko right now, but it got me thinking, and I'm very happy with my suppositions, right? I think that's what's happening, what's going on. So, if you guys have any inquiries, visit my social media. I leave the links in the description below. You can also visit my Discord channel. I also leave the link in the description below. I write a blog where I post every Sunday. You can visit description. It's in the description below as well. Or you guys can leave a comment. Remember to subscribe if you enjoy my content, and hit the like button. Stay tuned for next episode. Probably going to be on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. So, that's about it. Hope you guys are doing well. Take care. Love you all. See you next episode. Goodbye.